All right, I'm Day.
And I'm Noye.
And we are back at it again with another video.
Another podcast.
Podcast.
What's Your Op? Yeah, we're back with What's Your Op.
I haven't been on my podcast since, I don't remember, which is super
January,
bad. Yeah.
Something like that.
At one point, I was going in, we was doing every week, and we was doing videos with special guests.
Right.
And everything. We do have a YouTube. Our YouTube is Day and Noye.
Yeah, Day and Noye.
And
that's D-A-Y and N-O-Y-A-E. That's the and sign, though, not A-N-D.
Yeah. So we do have videos uploaded from previous times from when we first started. Y'all can catch up on those, but we are pushing forward and we're moving and we're doing new videos up and coming starting from today. We just wanted to relaunch our brand, relaunch what we're doing, just to let y'all know what's going on and what's about to take place. Because I'm excited to redo everything. We got a new logo. Yeah. We got a motion logo. Shout out to
About to get the promotion popping.
Graphics on Instagram is nas.gfx, I believe. He did my logo, and I loved it, and the motion logo as well. I'm going to go back and get some cards and, flyers and stuff from him, too.
Yeah, because he's fire. He's fire. We really appreciate him.
He did a really good job. So we just trying to start over, like I said before, do what we got to do and push forward now this time. I'm asking my Instagram followers to support me, pushing forward to get my brand out there, get my podcast out there for more marketing, reasons, just so we can take off.
Yeah, and not only that, but we're trying to do something sort of positive for the city of Philadelphia, being as though it's so much. We have a bunch of comedians, we have a bunch of, lifestyle brand type people, but we don't have any real podcasters that are really trying to put their selves out there and do something positive. Because so many people, it's almost like people are scared to do something positive sometimes. They don't want to be on the front line, or they think that you got to Martin Luther King it and fully risk your life just to be a positive impact.
This is true.
We want to put aside all of those stereotypes and just say, just show that just having a simple conversation can sometimes be the positive impact you need to, create a dialogue.
And that's the point of the show. Just to recap what the meaning of the name of the show is, it's called What's Your Op, which means what is your opinion. So we just want to get different people out of the city or the community just to talk about topics that nobody ever talks about, like the elephant in the room type of topic, just to get ideas and everything out there, because you never know how other people is feeling until you talk to somebody. You never know how people think, or if they think like you or if they don't. And if you don't think like some person, we want those on here too, just to get everybody's point of view and everybody's opinions, because I feel like everybody's opinion count. And this is the only way that we can put that on a platform for certain people. To do those type of things. Like previously in the past, we talked about interracial relationships. We had B. McFly on the show. Follow him as well. He's good.
Community activism and things like that.
Community activist. We had him on here. We had the skate guys on here. They are really going forward with skating and all the other stuff as well, with a different view. Also.
And we want to talk about fun stuff, too.
Yeah, of course, fun stuff. But I like to get that serious conversation out. This is the type of person we are. We just have intellectual conversation within ourselves. So we just want to branch out and get other people and other people's opinion and what we got going on and what we going to do. Yeah,
because it's so many, being from Philly, it seems like it's so often that you intellectual or a conversation that's not the norm will come up, and people will be like, I don't want to talk about that. Oh, that's too deep, or it's too late for that, or it's too early in the morning for that. And it's like, when do you want to have a conversation?
Right.
Because it's a conversation to be had oftentimes, and people just don't be wanting to hear it. You just have so many people that are just so closed-minded, but. They can very easily open their mind if they're introduced to a platform where they can, and I see it often. I see a lot of people watch platforms podcasts like State of the Culture and Breakfast Club
and
different things
Noriega.
like that. Yeah.
Like he has a different type of podcast, and I like his podcast.
And they have
it's
fun.
Unique and it's
they have
different.
a ball.
Yes, and they have fun. I just want to get that type of energy on here with fun and, you know, people just who is on a mission like we are, just to strive to get where you want to be in life, like
Right.
everybody for the most part. But this is something that I really wanted to do, and we both made it come to life, and I'm actually grateful that it actually is a possibility for me to actually do something like this, because it's me. I went to school for communications. I have my degree in communications, so I feel like I should be doing stuff like this. I didn't waste all that money for nothing. So
Right.
we're going to use what I learned in the real world and what I want to do, and I'm going to be my own boss.
Right. Boom. It sounds good to me. Shoot.
So
I
trying
ain't
to make
mad
it
at
there.
that
Trying to make it there.
at all. So, coming back from a long break, a lot has gone on. You have the Jussie Smollett situation.
Yeah.
What is your opinion about that?
I just think he's stupid. If you ask me, just being blunt and straight out.
So you feel like he staged it?
Yeah.
You
He turned himself in. Who's going to turn himself in for something they didn't do?
Well, because when they put a warrant out, sometimes you just kind of go in.
Nah, I'm not turning myself in for something I didn't do. If I really didn't do something, I'm sticking to that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to degrade myself. I'm not going to take the blame for nothing that I didn't do, especially in that type of situation, because that situation is very iffy, especially what's going on in the world today. Like, people still don't accept gays as much, like, you know what I'm saying, or the LGBTQ community. Sorry if I'm missing a letter, because I feel like it always adds.
They keep adding.
But I don't think that that is something to play with. So for him to
nor
do
the black
that,
community,
yeah,
with
and
him
then
throwing in the MAGA thing.
right, and then everybody that was supporting him right from the rip, because they knew they know he was gay, that he's from the show, he's really popular. So it's just like, why would you do something like that just to get clout when you already had clout? Like, you could have just been a grown man, and whatever you wanted out of the situation, you could have just got it like a normal person.
See, that's what makes me kind of uncomfortable with the whole thing, because it's like, I don't know what to believe, because what reason I cannot find a reason that he would stage this thing and set this thing up. But I also have never been a person to just go with what the cops say is the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I usually wait for evidence and, wait until everything kind of comes into play. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm like on the fence. Like, I'm right in the middle of like, damn, if he did this, he on some nut shit. But then I'm also like, but these cops be out here doing anything.
Nah, I think he did that, John.
Why though?
They said because he wanted money. He wanted a raise or whatever he wanted from the show, or they was about to kill him off the show or whatever it was, and he didn't want to be killed off.
But see, that's the thing.
He wanted to stay on, so he made this whole thing, I guess, for sympathy, to try to get them to.
But that's what they keep saying, but I still don't see where he would have to do this to get more money.
Nobody do. That's the dumb part about it.
To even stay on the show, because ultimately
you're getting kicked off either way.
They already last season. If anybody's an avid watcher or just watcher, period. Last season Andre was getting killed off the show. Mm-hmm. The show won't be nothing without the Sons, so y'all can't just kill everybody off and just have Lil Hakeem.
But maybe it's coming to an end.
All his little drama problems.
They stretched it out long enough.
But if it's coming to an end, why would you do that? Still doesn't give a valid reason on why he would do this. If the show is coming to the end, everybody's out of a job, not just him. So what is he trying to get, a spinoff or something?
But
they never said that, and to me that just doesn't make sense. And like I said, it was too odd that they say like it's too odd that you would stage this in a place where there's a camera right there. You know what I mean? It's a camera right where he's supposed to have got jumped. And they have those black casings, and they're saying the camera was going in the opposite direction or something like that. So to me, it's like none of it adds up. His point, the cop's point, none of it adds up to me. So I'm just waiting to see the outcome. And like I said, I'm not one. They charged him with
16 federal accounts or assaults or whatever you call it.
I know a lot of people that done got charged with a whole lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna front. I know. My mom had a boyfriend back in the day who did 10 years for something he had nothing to do with, and they had a lot of evidence. Mm-hmm. But his mom fought, and in that 10th year, she pretty much appealed and won. But it was a lot of evidence pointing to him. And it wasn't him. And I've seen many cases like that. But I've seen many cases where it was that person, and they claim that it's not
guys
them.
that he hired. They supposedly been a
none
part
of that
of
still
the.
Don't fit,
they
though.
were supposed to be a part of the Empire people in
The
some
cast.
type of way.
So that still doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. It's just a touchy feeling.
I
feel like he did it.
Why
I feel
would
like
you hire
he was stupid.
black people and say that they were white people? These are black people who you've been in the same room, the same corridor, the same facilities with.
But did he ever come out and say he didn't do it? Did he ever come out his mouth and say, no, I did not do that, or I really got jumped, or I'm not lying? Did he ever say that?
Well, his last
he
interview,
never came out and was like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm really telling the truth. Like, he never said none of that stuff. He just took the blame. Who's just gonna keep taking the blame for something like that? Like, that's the part that's like,
but he's
nah,
not taking
like
the
he
blame.
did. He is
because he didn't say he didn't do it.
Something you just didn't say anything. You crying on the interview, saying all that stuff, trying to get more sympathy. But I feel like you did it. Like you just did it. For
the interview was before they charged him. Yeah, it was before they even found.
But that was when it came out saying that it was fake. That the whole thing was set up, and that's when he did the interview with the lady, right? Yeah, because the guys told on him because they was going to get convicted, and they found them, and they was going to get charged. That's when they started snitching, and they only was giving them the amount he was giving them was like $3,500 or something like that for like 2 people, and then they had the cameras of them going into the place wearing the same exact stuff that was on the camera and buying the stuff, and it's just like, for what? Like, why? Y'all didn't have that in your closet if y'all was going to do this? Y'all didn't have a black shirt, a black hoodie, a black hoodie in your closet.
But that's also something I think is weird.
That's the part that's staged. That's why it's weird. Because the whole thing is a setup.
Why would you even say it's white? It was white people.
It was a whole
if you know these guys are on so many different cameras and y'all setting up for this.
Who knows? But the thing that got me too was the 24-hour Taco Bell. I never heard that in my life. I don't know where they was at or where they was at. I mean, Subway. I never heard that in my life. Like, I never heard of a Subway being 24 hours my whole life.
In Philly
but I know, but that's another thing, too, that I was given the benefit of doubt. Like, I'm not from where he was at the moment. Yeah. So they could really have 24-hour Subways, and I don't know about it. But that was a little sketchy to me because I never heard about it in my life. Like, for them to even have any type of 24-hour Subway in the world. So why would you even pick Subway, first of all? And why is you walking the Subway? You're a celebrity. Why are you walking? You could be driving.
It's 100 celebrities.
Chicago.
I mean,
area. I'm not walking
nowhere. It was a nice area of Chicago.
I'm not walking nowhere, and I'm not walking.
See, but that's a thing. That's another thing, though. I keep hearing people say that.
I don't know. Like,
when you're living in certain areas, like Beyonce rides a bike through Tribeca, but she's Beyonce. People think like, why wouldn't you be in public? Because I can be in public.
But you're not gonna be in public just with nobody either. She ain't that slow.
She used to do that in Houston too. It's just be her and her sister. Like they did.
How many years ago was that?
I just saw Meek Mill at the 7-Eleven.
He don't care. He's a hood nigga. He's always gonna do that. He's a guy. He's gonna think he's never gonna need protection. We're talking about Jussie Smollett right here.
But you act like he's not. He didn't just get really famous. Like he was a person before that too. Just like Meek was a person before that.
But I just feel like, if you're that person and you're that on that scale and you're gay on top of that, you're not going nowhere by your. I just feel like he's more of a target to go somewhere by himself, and they know what kind of guy he is. I just think that's more of a target because people get targeted every day that's not even famous. They get beat up every day, like for nothing. I just feel like
true. That's very, very true.
I just don't.
But there are certain areas where famous people just walk around like it's nothing. Like without security and all of that. And he's not even that damn famous. Hell, I know YouTubers that have to have more security than a lot of actors.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like, so that part to me,
I don't know,
is a little.
I just don't think none of that add up in my head.
The whole situation don't add up in my head. That's why I'm trying to have a conversation.
I just don't think he never came out and said he didn't do it. He wasn't trying to fight it. He just went along with the conviction, went along to turn himself in, went along with the whole process.
With the conviction, I feel like at this point he's like, well, it's so much going on. Let me just be quiet and handle what I gotta handle.
Nah,
I'm
not doing it.
But he already did an interview, and the first thing happened was he became a meme. Like, nothing came of it. It's like the first thing that goes on, everybody switch up on him, and he becomes a meme.
Because you lied. So who's
going to support you? But you don't know that.
But
he hasn't been convicted
yet.
But
even the people on Empire still not supporting him. He got kicked off the show. They're still not supporting him.
After this?
Of course, because he
That's all
lied.
it is.
They probably know the truth, and they probably know he lied.
What?
It's no reason that the people that know you best, the people that's supposed to be behind you, is not supporting you no more. It's no reason.
After this,
It's no reason.
After this, I would back away from the situation, kind of like I'm doing, because I don't know what to think. So I know if with me being as invested in him as I am, I'm sure they're like, damn, Just. Like,
yeah, like you
what
effed
the
up.
fuck? Like,
you
did you
effed
like
up.
if you did this, I gotta back off. If you didn't do this and you're still getting convicted of this, I still have to back off because I have a career.
Is that camera on? I'm sorry to interrupt. But
It should be.
I don't know. Does it go out like that?
Touch the screen. Flip the screen around. No, not down. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never thought it was a
It's
recording
off,
the whole
off.
time.
That's funny.
To be honest.
Push the shutter button, cause you had it recording. Is it still recording?
Do we got numbers in the corner?
Is it a little red dot in the corner? Flip it back over.
Because when we was doing the other videos, it was on the whole time.
Oh shit! You never hit the record button on that.
I guess
camera.
we taking the Instagram live. I can save it to my phone
Yeah.
because
We just go ahead and take
nothing
that and
we can
post
do.
it. I thought you did, but no, it's not going.
But
But
yeah,
it's all good. You can hit record now,
because
though.
we still have some type of, even though Jermaine's all the way not in it, but we'll.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
We'll fix
Now
it.
it's recording. It looks like it's recording now. Yeah, it is. I don't know. Whatever.
It's all good.
So, okay. So, I'm still on the fence. Because, like I said, it could just be me being a young black urban American. But it's hard for me to just go with what the cops say in 2.2 days. Like, it just is what it is.
I
I've
don't
seen,
know.
and not only that, but like I said, I've seen a few situations that are closely, like, rooted in my life where the person got locked up and they really didn't do it. You know what I mean? So it's hard. I have to wait and see all of the evidence and stuff before I just turn and flip
I
on
think he
somebody.
did.
That's the way my loyalty is set up, though. It
I'm just
is
be
what it
honest.
is.
This is how I feel. I just think he did.
And he
it.
might have.
I
He
just
might
think
have.
it don't make sense. Why would you take something that you didn't do? You never came out and apologized. You never said sorry. You never said, I'm sorry for leading all these people on. Like, yo,
Well, that's
you know what I'm
probably
saying, all
he's
this
not
stuff.
going to say that
Like, I don't know.
he's not going to
like-
say that if he didn't do it. Why would you say
But
sorry?
why would
for
you
leading
not say
people
you
on?
didn't do it?
Because at
Like,
this point,
why would you
at
just
this
turn
point,
yourself
everybody
in?
done switched up on him. It's like, let me and my lawyer sit down and formulate this case and
Why
get
would
this
you
shit
just
popping.
turn yourself in?
Like, I'm not, one, y'all done already switched up on me. So, in my mind, it's like, fuck y'all. That's one. Two, it's like, well, the last time I came out and said something, all I did was become a meme. And I said all of that, and y'all still went
Nah,
with
people
what
would
other
support
people
him.
said.
When it first
when
came
it
out,
first happened, yes.
people was
When it
supporting
first
him like
happened.
all of everybody. was
Yes,
supporting
and
him.
that's very true. That's when it first came out. Now that it's out that he might have staged it, it's like, oh no, this nigga was wrong. Fuck him. So where was all that support when y'all felt bad? So one person,
It's gone.
yeah, it's
Come out
gone
and say
because
something like that,
y'all go straight
and
off
you
what the
just-
cops say. Now had he
We going
died,
off the people that he hired.
Had this
If
been a
they
different
snitched,
situation,
if they would never
but
snitched,
see, you
the
don't know
situation
that he
would have never
hired
got
them. You don't know that he hired them. Like you just don't
They
know.
snitched, bro. They snitched because they was gonna get
A
convicted.
snitch that you know how many people snitch and lie?
This is true, but I just think
It could
that
be.
I don't know.
It could be the
I
white
just
person, the
think
people that
he
actually
just
jumped him.
did it for
The people who actually jumped him could very well
Clout.
be like, all right, we're gonna pay them more to take this situation.
I don't know.
Like
I just think he did it for clout.
I think that's the dumbest way to get clout. I don't see him doing that
And
unless there was something mentally
But he
going
also
on
didn't
or
have no
something really
bruises.
odd that's worked.
If somebody really hate somebody that's of that descent or of being gay or whatever of that community, they're beating them the F up from the rip. Dude had no scratches, no black
according
eye,
to him, he fought.
no nothing. You saw it. It was like this. He like this.
That don't mean
So
nothing.
he fought them off.
First
two
of all, I ain't never met a gay nigga that couldn't fight.
of them.
That's one.
I'm not saying that he couldn't fight. I'm not saying that he couldn't fight. He could afford
niggas that can't fight.
He could afford
But what I do know is gay guys tend to be fighting their whole life, and they tend to be good at it.
But he not fighting off them two busky behind black boys that was on the thing. I just feel like something other type of damage could have been done to him.
That part don't mean nothing to me. Like, their size means absolutely nothing to me. I'm sorry, but
they was way bigger than that dude. It was two of them. And if he was supposed to get beat up, he would have got beat the F up.
I know some of the biggest guys. I know guys that's security guards that can't fight.
And everything else for him to ever come to the light like that. And even if he did, I don't know.
And he did have bruises. They had pictures. He went to the ER with cuts on his face and stuff. He was bleeding.
It's not enough. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just not enough for me. Like,
I don't know.
It's just,
to me, it's like I said. I'm not gonna sway on to the side of he staged it. I'm not gonna sway on the side of that he didn't.
He staged it.
It is what it is. I'm waiting for the trial to go through and all of that stuff. I feel the same way about this as I did with Bill. Now, R. Kelly's situation.
he
we'll leave that where it's
out the window for me.
I 100% been stopped.
Them girls was crying fake tears. He was crying fake tears. He was a pedophile back before Aaliyah. Why is you going to people's high schools and you like 21? Why is you singing outside high schools? Why high schools? Like, he's just a rat. Like, he just need to get convicted already. It's a rat for him. Like, them girls is dumb. The lady sat there and asked them, Gayle King.
We went to a whole other situation.
Oh, I know. We did transfer.
I didn't see her that interview.
Gayle King asked them two girls if they was 20, they're 21 now and 23. Mm-hmm. Asked them, what do they want to do with their lives other than R. Kelly? Like, what do they have to, like, what in the future, like, what you want to do? You have any plans? They said, no, I'm fine doing what I'm doing now, which is nothing. Being in a 3-way relationship with R. Kelly, who was twice your age.
Well, I mean, what type of girls did you expect them to be?
I'm not expecting them to be any type of girls, but that to me shows me that you're brainwashed. What girl 23? I'm 23. What girl 23 just want to be with some old behind guy and don't have no aspirations in life and don't want to do nothing and don't want to go nowhere in life?
Deja,
I don't understand.
No, listen. If you ended up in R. Kelly's circle of sex or whatever, and you said that, if I said, damn, Deja, well, you just gonna be here, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And you said nothing, I'm cool with being here. Then I'd be like, oh shit, Deja's brainwashed.
Exactly.
But I know a whole lot of girls that are very fine with just being taken care of and being somebody's little video chick. It's a whole lot of them because
that's not.
I mean, you have a whole lot of look. What exactly does Amber Rose do? What exactly does Blac Chyna do?
I get it.
What exactly? Like this is.
I get it, but they're still doing their own thing. They still got clothing lines. They do whatever they want to do. They do all that other stuff.
To that
but
point.
they also build that stuff up for themselves. They're just feeding off R. Kelly.
You gotta get
they stripped to get to that point. They did all that stuff, but they did those things on their own. Even though it wasn't a good way, they still did those things on their own.
Amber Rose ain't do nothing until after she soared after her and Kanye West broke up.
So she wasn't stripping before Kanye West?
She was stripping, but what were they doing?
That was her thing.
Young. What was they doing?
They wasn't stripping.
You think
they was still in school?
You telling me
they were still in school?
You telling me you think these girls are brainwashed by R. Kelly to be his sex slaves or whatever it is that they're saying that they are, right?
Yep.
And then I go to you, and I be like, I tell you, and you're living good right now. Mm-hmm. You on TV and all of that stuff. You're building. You're not. And I ask you, well, what else you want to do? You're not going to say whatever he told you to say. Like, he's just there. Like, they're there for that stepping stone. When Kanye West was grabbing Amber Rose's ass and all of that stuff on national television and all of that type stuff, she didn't say anything.
So that's a
step.
So if he was to go to jail, so if he was to go to jail, right? All the fun stopped.
Right. So you think them girls ain't gonna pop up on Instagram and start saying whatever they gotta say to get popping?
Exactly. They're gonna be doing their own thing.
That doesn't mean that they're brainwashed.
That does so.
No, it doesn't.
They're using him.
They're using him as a
They're not using him. It's a difference between using. They're just doing everything that they're saying. Amber Rose used. Blac Chyna used. They're users. They're just there just to be there because he said to be there.
They're using this situation
they're
to
not
get whatever
using
type
anything.
of clout they're trying to get.
They're not using anything. Like they said, they're comfortable.
You really think they're
I really think they're just comfortable where they're at, and they're not going nowhere.
It's a very good possibility.
Like
that
I don't know about whatever brainwash or whatever that is. I don't know exactly what the term is or what it is to be brainwashed, but I know he's influencing them girls. And she said in an interview he wasn't supposed to be.
That's them. I think that's what they want. They want to be those types of girls.
Nah.
There are women out there that just want to be kept. Ronald Isley's wife. But not
when these people parents are saying they wanted to be. They had different dreams before they even came in contact with R. Kelly.
A lot of people had different dreams before these social media hosts popped up.
Right. I wanted to be a damn pediatric nurse. Am I right? No, I went to school for something totally different.
So they saw it a different way.
I changed my mind on my own. I'm sorry. I changed my mind on my own and did what I wanted to do in life as my decision and what I wanted to do. They was cool up until they met R. Kelly, right? They got into a little mix or whatever was going on in his household, whatever he was doing with chains, whatever he was doing. They got into the mix, right? And they're still there. I feel like they're the only two that's still there because they're the weakest girls that was there. That's all. That's just how I feel. They're the weakest two girls. They was the youngest two girls. And I feel like they just was still there. All the other girls decided to leave. Or all that whole situation died down for him as it got over the years, as it got closer. And they was the two weakest ones who decided to stay. That's just how I feel. And when Gayle King was doing the interview, he wasn't supposed to be in the room at all. The producers told her that. He was around the corner of them where they was talking, trying to cough, like coughing in the background and all the other stuff, like banging on the wall and stuff, letting them know that they was there. That tells me a whole lot. Like, that adds up to what was happening on that Surviving R. Kelly stuff. All that stuff adds up to me.
See,
why are you doing it? Why are you back there? Yeah, why are you back there coughing to let them know that you was there? That means that I know he here. No, not to say no dumb shit, because I'm going to get beat the fuck up when I leave this damn interview.
I wouldn't say beat the fuck up.
He's going to
say
something wrong, and they the only two supporters he got. They the only two supporters left that he got. I'm not done.
Because you're real passionate about it. I still can't ignore the fact that there are some women who like to be kept. Period. Point blank.
That's cool. But I feel like women have their own mind. They want to be kept.
Not everybody has.
But you would have your own mind if you want to be kept.
That's what you're thinking. You can't see past that because that's how you think. It's a lot of people out there that don't want to do nothing but be kept. Point blank. Period.
That's stupid to me. That's the most dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
It's stupid, but it is what it is. There are a whole lot of chicks who are living these lifestyles who just take what niggas throw at them because of the lifestyle.
No, that's true. But they also have more, like Cardi B, for example. She was a stripper. Mm-hmm. She used Love and Hip Hop to get to where she wanted to be. She knew she wasn't being on Love and Hip Hop that long.
So who kept her, though? Who else? What guy introduced her to this lifestyle?
Who knows?
Nobody.
Exactly.
For them, R. Kelly introduced them to this lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that they like, so they're willing to do it. You know what I mean? Girls out here that's willing to have threesomes every night for niggas, for regular old drug niggas. So now you're sitting here.
You might be right.
No,
it's a world that I don't know about. So I'm just
swipe it.
I'm just not that type of girl. I don't believe that.
I see these chicks all the time.
I don't know. I personally don't know nothing about that world. I'm around people who do stuff for them, and I just think that's a whole bunch of BS, especially with these people, parents. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't believe it. I feel like they was on there crying fake tears and saying all that other stuff. And then the girl Azalea or whoever she is, the one that's 21. She went on there and was like, used that she tried to commit suicide at one point. And she said it was because her parents tried to make her sing and she didn't want to do that. But they went back through her doctor records, and the reason why she wanted to kill herself was over a boy. Mm-hmm. So why did you just lie on national television about that?
I missed the first part. First, I got a concussion right now. 2, my phone was ringing. So
got you. I'm gonna run it back. So Gayle King was interviewing her. And part of her interview, she said, I tried to commit suicide because my parents wanted me to sing, and I didn't want to sing.
Right. That sounds like
They went back.
That sounds like Whitney Houston.
They went back through her doctor records, and she told her doctor that she did it because over a boy, and singing was the only thing that kept her through it.
Right.
So why would you lie on national television saying you wanted to commit suicide, try to make your parents look bad, like they're lying on you for this whole situation? They're just trying to keep that whole lie under wraps about them being brainwashed and with R. Kelly all them years. So why would you lie on national television about committing suicide for something that you really didn't commit suicide for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things that don't add up in my mind. Like, you just listen to everything that he say. Like, and it's just, you're just brainwashed. Like, I just feel like like I said before, they was the weakest two who wanted to stay, and they just still there, and they're just going to sit there, and they're just going to sit there. So he go to jail. When he go to jail, I feel like they're going to cry back to their families. So what's they going to do? Right now, they live in the luxury in the Trump Towers. They can't afford that. They don't make no money. They don't sing. He said Jocelyn can't even sing. So she ain't, like, what you gonna do?
Honestly.
Jocelyn, whatever her name is.
Honestly.
I
still feel the same way. Yes, they're the weakest one.
It don't add up.
I feel like there are some girls where you're not gonna understand their mindset because they are weak. Now, you just said that she wanted to kill herself over a boy, but singing is what got her through it.
Right.
So now she has a man who's doing everything for her.
But she was claiming...
So that would make, if you want to kill yourself over a boy, you think that same person is willing to kill themselves over a boy. So you're not going to kill yourself over a boy. I'm not. But that person who will kill themselves over a boy, you think if you wouldn't, in your life, you wouldn't go on national TV and say something about somebody, about a man, who's doing everything for you, who's giving you the life that this singing
This is
stuff
where the
would
brainwashing come in, because she's claiming...
Not brainwashing.
She's
That's
claiming...
them being
she's
weak
claiming,
and thinking the way they think.
She's claiming...
That's not brainwashing.
She's claiming that she never wanted to sing with R. Kelly, though. That the initial... But her initial reason of even meeting R. Kelly was because the aspiring singing thing, right?
Well, yeah, because you want to meet other people.
So now
and
she's
get
flipping the story, saying she never wanted to sing. Her parents pushed her to do it. She never wanted to sing. She just wanted to be with R. Kelly just to be with R. Kelly.
Because maybe she had to change her heart.
Nah, that's dead.
That's the way I see it. She already living the life that she was fighting for anyway. And she ain't got to do shit. Now, for some reason, you the one in front of the camera when you didn't have to be. And now, like you said, he's beating on walls and all of that stuff, which to me just says that maybe he didn't really want them in front of the camera anyway.
Then you should have never agreed to that, because any other time they're not in front of the camera, we never see them.
They agreed to it.
And so did he. They had to agree to it.
How?
Jermaine, he's the man in charge. Of course he has to agree to it for let them talk.
But see,
if they're going to talk
on the wall and all of that stuff, why would he? What makes you think he agreed to that?
Jermaine, you think that R. Kelly would approve them two girls to go on an interview without his approval? Would let them go, or if they did that behind his back to go and do that without his approval?
I think.
And you just told me they depend on everything that he do.
Yeah,
you just told me they depend on everything that he do.
But if you see
everything that he do, whatever he say, go.
If you're a chick that wants this lifestyle, and yes, you like being kept right now, so you're gonna say some things to where when you go home at night, he's still okay. But you know that there's something past that you might want. So you're going to do what you got to do. You're going to move and shake in the way you got to move and shake to get you to where you want to go. Now, it's like if something goes wrong with him, if he does go to jail, which is what it's looking like he might do, they're setting themselves up to be able to get out here and still be living whatever lifestyle they're living.
All they're going to do is go on a whole bunch of interviews.
That's still...
I know that. They're going to go on a whole bunch of interviews.
Is 500,000 followers to continue their lifestyle.
They're going to go on a whole bunch of interviews, but I don't think that's their mindset. I don't think that's their mindset to want to go and do stuff and do stuff like that. Unless R. Kelly telling them to.
I think they were getting what they wanted from R. Kelly and living like you said.
But another thing too, like why cut your whole family off?
They're staying.
If that was the thing, you would just tell your mom, "Oh, like I'm staying here. It is what it is."
They didn't approve
because they was underage. Who would? That's their parents.
But you do what you got.
Who would?
If you're not getting it. People do whatever they need to do. Why you think it's all these rappers out here? Everybody saying they didn't got done in the butt by Birdman and all of that other stupid stuff. I mean, I hate to put it out there, but people do all types of stuff to live a certain lifestyle. Point blank, period. I feel like them two chicks, they sat down, they was like, look, this nigga might be going to jail soon. What we need to do? We've been staying under wraps. I feel like we need to come out. We need to do whatever we got to do to get our face out there so when he do go to jail, we can flip this and continue to live this lifestyle because I'm not going back to Chicago or wherever it is that I'm from. I'm not going back to my parents' house.
That makes sense. But I don't think that's the type of time they on.
You think
I just feel like I don't think that's the type of time
they
they on. I don't think
like they're playing the cards right.
That's what it
in
is
a way where
that they're thinking
it's
about.
Work out for them. I think they know what type of lifestyle they want, and they playing the cards to get it that way.
I don't think so, because they already living the lifestyle.
I've seen too many of these baby moms and like the video vixens and the Instagram models and all of that stuff just do whatever they got to do to get on, and then they get popping, they start getting interviews and stuff like that, and then.
But that's still what they want to do.
They chill for 6.
But that's still what they want to do.
Why do you?
Like
why don't you think this is what
I
these
just
girls
don't
are doing?
think that's what they want to do.
You
I just
really
don't
think
think
it's them just being brainwashed.
Yes.
So
Because they've been with this dude for so long.
I feel like
when you're young, did you ever be
R.
in a
Kelly
dumb
go
relationship?
to jail, as soon as R. Kelly go to jail, they're gonna be out here. They're gonna be.
Of course they are. They're gonna be
brand
the main two
affiliates.
topics. Everybody gonna want to know what happened to him now, what's going on with him now, because he's not there. He's the main thing
But
that's
it's not
keeping
even- I don't even
the
think it's just
family
that.
glued together.
I think they're going to be brand affiliates like all the rest of these Insta models. I think they're going to do all of
I
the
don't
same
know
stuff,
about
have
that.
club appearances and be bouncing and popping bottles all over the place. I think they're going to be just like all the rest of these Instagram models out here. So I think the other chicks might be brainwashed.
They don't do that. Why not do that now?
They understand.
You already in the light.
Because
you already know.
He's still their bread and butter. They just their first interview. You gotta
already
play your
know.
cards right. You don't just put them all on the table.
They already was in the light. Their names was already known. It was already a thing. Even when they go out on a regular, no, before all that, even they was going out on a regular, they was still like, oh, that's the two that be with R. Kelly. That's Jocelyn and Azalea, whatever her name is. Like, they was already getting that type of clout. So why didn't they take it right there and run with it and still be with R. Kelly and make their own coins and do it? If that was the case, if that's what you're saying, that they don't have their own mind. They don't have their own mind. They don't think for themselves.
That they didn't do what they had to do to become his main chicks anyway.
They were
doing
with the two weakest ones who stayed. That's
it. They were
it.
the weak-minded ones, but it's a reason why they his top chicks or whatever.
They wasn't his top chicks.
They wasn't his top chicks.
They wasn't his top chicks. All the other ones just left, like I said before. They just the two weak-minded ones who stayed. And that's the only ones that they ended up with. So he has no choice but to keep them
because it's the lifestyle that they
Because it was other ones who was the main. It was another one that was a main girl that he always referred to to train the other girls.
I feel like they stayed because it's the lifestyle that they wanted.
No, they say they in love with this dude. They say they staying because they in love with him.
Say that he's still paying.
They in love with him, and they really love R. Kelly, and they don't think they're being hurt. They don't think they're being brainwashed. They think this is what's supposed to be right.
I
don't think that they are planning on being on their own, doing all that Instagram stuff you talking about. It might come into play, but I don't think they're thinking about that right now. I don't think that's their motive right now.
I think it takes a certain level of.
Because if that's the case, I would have been doing it. Why I'm with R. Kelly if he's not controlling me? Why not doing that?
Because he's
why not Ben
was
doing it?
Situation, but that don't mean that he's controlling every single thing you do. I don't give it that. I think in that situation and him having a whole floor full of girls and all of that stuff, they were controlled because yes, you have to do it. But to say that these particular chicks are being brainwashed, I wouldn't give it that. Right. I wouldn't give it that. I think they're the two who, yes, they were dumb enough to get themselves in this situation, but I feel like they're smart enough to play it a certain way. I feel like they're the two who are looking at it like, I'm not just going to leave this whole situation and then go back home and be in the hood as the dumb chick who was chilling with R. Kelly. No, I liked what I was dealing with. I liked the life I had or whatever. I'm doing interviews.
Leave him alone. You're still the dumb chick that was messing with R. Kelly.
You are, but how many
You're already looked at as a dumb chick.
Half of these Instagram models I see out here, I consider the
dumb chick for something.
But
they're different, though. It's different.
Why?
Different. I just feel like it's different because that was their motive from the beginning. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to go. No, not them. I'm talking about other people, other Instagram models or whatever you're saying that's doing the same thing.
Right.
I feel like that's what they wanted to do. They had their mindset on, I'm going to be this Instagram model. I'm going to do this to get clout, and that's what I'm going to do. Right. I don't think their mind is there. I don't think that's what their mindset is. That's not what their mindset is. Their mindset is to stay with R. Kelly like they was and sit there and do what they're doing. So I don't think that that's their mindset right now to take this and flip it and be
I don't see that was always clout. These chicks' mindset. I really don't. I don't see it.
I think
like
so.
I said, Amber Rose, she said she loved Kanye West. She was really trying to be with him. The fact that he left her and to cheat with Kim Kardashian. That was what it was. It was nothing she could do about that, but you're not going back to the hood. I feel like they're in the same situation. They like the situation they was in. Now everything is coming out. It's blowing up in everybody's face. It's looking like R. Kelly might go to jail. What can I do to keep this lifestyle? I feel like that's what it is. And now, and not only that, but 5 years ago, this whole Insta model and all of that stuff, that lifestyle wasn't even really an option. DC Young Fly wasn't popping like he is 5 years ago. All of these Instagram, B. Simone, maybe a year? Just Hilarious, maybe a year and a half. Like this Instagram, this Insta celebrity life was not a thing 5 years ago when they started. I feel like it's an option now, and now that shit is blowing up. They see their lifestyle about to change. How am I going to do this? Okay, let's gain clout off this situation. I was dumb enough to get in this situation, but we got new options. And not only that, but a lot of these options cater to dumb people. It just is what it is. Not to say that DC Young Fly or B. Simone or Just Hilarious is those dumb people, but it's a whole lot of people on Instagram. That's why when people say, oh, I'm a model, everybody look at you like, you an Instagram model. Because nobody gives those careers any real substance. You don't feel like they have substance.
There's no credit.
Those people are these types of people who they see a situation, they capitalize off of it, but you're still looking at them like, damn, you got on.
But these girls
why?
was so young. It's not like they're the age they are now. And
but
that
the
was
young
the thing.
Ones are the whole.
But then, like you said, that wasn't even going
only
on.
24 years old.
But like you said, that wasn't even going on, right? They was with this dude for 5 years.
That's
5
what I'm
years
saying.
ago.
So they was living in that lifestyle, and they
that
liked it.
Wasn't
now
happening.
that lifestyle is about to go to shit. Because he done got caught. All of this stuff is going bad. Now it's an option. What can I do off of this? How can I keep this lifestyle? How can I stay being like this? Not only that, but now because of me choosing to be with R. Kelly and all that stuff, now once this blows up, I can now be the famous one. I can now actually have more control over my lifestyle.
But I don't think they will ever get that fame. I don't think they will ever get to that, oh, we really want to book you and we really want to do these things with you. After all that stuff with the allegations and all that stuff happened.
When that nigga go to jail, people going if he get convicted.
I just don't think that's
stuff,
where their
whether
mindset
he did or
is. I
didn't,
just don't think that the way they was sitting there, they just was like, no, we're fine. We're happy with being what we're doing now.
Yeah, it's because they gotta go back home.
Being his sex people and going out on dates.
They gotta go back home. Hell, I know regular chicks like that. I know regular chicks who don't open their fucking mouth when a dude say something.
Listen,
and I don't consider that brainwashing. I consider that just a weak-minded person.
That can be brainwashed. That listens to
can
anything
be brainwashed,
that everybody
but they
else
was
say.
weak anyway. I know girls who, back when I was 14, 15, and they was dealing with 14, 15-year-old boys.
They the ones that he target because he know their minds.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones who fit into his mold. But now that it's out, that don't mean that these girls ain't smart enough to capitalize off of it. That don't mean that once they got into it, they was like, well, yeah, this is fucked up, and I did want to be a singer, but I like it. He fucking me. I'm feeling good every night. I'm fucking with this chick and that chick or whatever. Because it's a lot of chicks out here who have threesomes on the regular. It's a lot of girls out here who you think they homies and they friends, but they all fucking.
When they met this old behind dude.
Yeah, I know chicks that sell themselves on the regular and they not being brainwashed to nothing.
But they wasn't selling it. That's the thing. That wasn't their mindset before that.
That lifestyle, you don't need the money when somebody is already putting you up in the Trump Tower.
But that wasn't that. But that wasn't their mindset before they met him, though. They wasn't trying to sell themselves. They wasn't just trying to have sex with him.
Yeah,
they wasn't just trying to go around having sex with people.
Nobody starts off like that. You get introduced to it. You get introduced to this new lifestyle. Nobody starts off life as a crackhead. You get introduced to it.
Right. And then you get addicted to the lifestyle because of what other people taught you, right?
Exactly.
Because you listening to what these people think and what these people say. That's brainwashing somebody. Because you taking over.
That's giving somebody what they want.
Nah, that's not giving somebody. If they didn't know, how do they know they want it? If they didn't know.
When you see it and you like, man,
they didn't know, but now they want it. But they didn't know before they got there. So how do they want it? They don't know until they, like you said, they're introduced to it.
They knew because they already knew they wanted to be a singer. They already knew they wanted to be singers.
The girl, that's the go-to they're going to go to. They're going to listen to that person, like you said, because they introduced to them. They know nothing else.
Singers want that lifestyle.
They do nothing else. So they really wanted to go to the studio, right? And they say they met Jermaine Dupri instead. Mm-hmm. And they went in there and they really was in the studio, really doing what they had to do, really getting to what they had to do to be them singers, right? Mm-hmm. That was a whole different lifestyle that they was introduced to. So their mindset now would be like, oh damn, like this was Jermaine Dupri taught me. Like it's time to get in the studio, it's time to work, it's time to do what we gotta do, it's time to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
He taught them something totally different.
Yeah, but that's not brainwashing. That's what you have to. That's what they
But
offer them, and that's what they accepted. At any point, they could have.
So they're going to continue to listen to what he's saying.
They're not
so
gonna,
that means that you're persuading
listen.
these girls, and they're young. I was in a young, dumb relationship. I kind of listened to what my boyfriend told me.
A lot of people do.
Stuff like that to a minimum. But it's just like, yo, they really sat there and listened to everything that he did, right? This is everything he said. Like you said, they was introduced to that and lifestyle. They could have been introduced to a different lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And they could have been totally different. And they could have had their own mindset to do what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But they was introduced to this lifestyle, like having 2 girlfriends and having sex with different type of girls is normal. And that's not. That's not cool in no way.
I wouldn't say that that's normal for us. I know a lot of people who live like that, though.
Now they think it's normal because that's like you said, they was introduced to that from R. Kelly, so they think it's normal.
I think that's
not cool.
I think
he brainwashed them in a negative way, and it's only called brainwash because it's in a negative way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like he taught them some negative things.
It's only called brainwash because it's in a negative way. Like I said, because if they went with Jermaine Dupri, it would have been in a whole positive light. So they could have been 2 different ways, and it could have went 2 different ways. But because they was introduced into this negative thing, it's a brainwash. It becomes a brainwash because everybody in their own, like everybody else in their right mind know that's not right. So that's how it becomes a brainwash. She never agrees with anybody. It's never going to be an agreement.
I didn't even see the damn interview. I didn't see the interview.
I
was just posing the opposite. I was just posing.
It's never going to be.
I was just posing an opposite opinion, honestly.
I don't think them girls is thinking about.
But I said
that
from jump.
They will sit there and wait and have let their accountant or his accountant, if he give them the right of way, to give them some money. I think that's how they gonna live their lifestyle. He didn't have enough money to bail himself out of jail at first. Fuck out of here. Exactly. So when he go to jail.
But somehow,
he
still got them hoes up in the
They might do a couple
of
interviews, but after that, it's a wrap for you, just like the other girls.
I don't think it's a rap for
them. But what about the other girls that left? But what about the other girls that left? They wrote books and they did all that stuff. They still not doing the Instagram clout. They still don't have that fame and all the other stuff. But they wrote books way before that came out.
All right. Well,
and they did all those stuff way before it came out.
It wasn't on the Gayle King show.
Like, it's just different.
It wasn't on the Gayle King show.
Because they only 2 week ones. Like I said, they wanted to stay.
Listen, either way, if I wanted to get famous, and I got on the Gayle King show to do all of this stuff, my next step will be just as big as
what you're thinking, and they're not thinking like that because they wasn't.
But see, you don't know that. You got to see it. You got to wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna see what happens.
I feel like after
they're gonna get bashed for the rest of their life.
Convicted. Oh, that went off. Dang, where we at? We have 47 minutes. Yeah, we gotta cut this short. But I feel like in the end, I feel like after he gets convicted, you're gonna see them popping up doing the same thing that all of the rest of these chicks. They're gonna Kim Kardashian it, but they're not. What race are they? Are they black?
Yeah, they black.
Yeah, I assumed. So I don't feel like they're gonna.
Black woman is.
I don't feel like they're gonna be able to capitalize off of it like Kim Kardashian did. But that's not to say that they're not gonna turn this horrible situation into something that makes them money. That makes them a household name because they're already inching their way into being a household name. There's no way for you to say it cut off. It's good. There's no way for you to say that they can't flip it because they can.
I'm not saying they can't flip it. They can certainly flip it. I just don't think that's where their mindset is right now.
I think that's partly what their mindset is. I really do.
Unless he tells them that, then of course that's going to be their mindset.
See, you just think they brainwashed. I think. They saw a lifestyle that they like.
There and said, no,
I think they saw like, and it could be one because I'm a lot more close to the industry than you necessarily are, being an audio engineer and being in these sessions with these people and seeing some of these parties and things like that. This lifestyle is not a normal lifestyle. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not a normal lifestyle because a lot of people do it, and it's a lot of people that be in these parties that nobody knows, that aren't famous, that aren't nothing. They just like this stuff. They dabble in it. It is what it is. It's like swingers. It's swingers clubs all over Philly. This is what they do.
Yeah, I went to one of those by accident, and that was like, wow.
This
is a whole totally different lifestyle.
It is.
And
but
oh my God.
And do those parties not be packed?
Yes, they do.
Pack the fuck
and
out.
And it be doctors, lawyers, and teachers. You can't even have you got their phone.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is I feel like they was introduced to a lifestyle that was an alternative to the norm, but they liked it. They stayed in it. Now it's looking like it's coming to an end, so they have to figure out how to hold on to some of it and flip it to where they're, slightly dependent on themselves and not dependent on somebody else. To say that he brainwashed them from jump,
Like I said before,
I'm not gonna say yes or no, but I think
it's a negative thing.
It only seemed, but it's negative to us. They seemed, from what I hear, they was cool with it. They was happy. They liked the life that they was living.
Because that's what they were introduced to.
Yeah,
so that's all they
but
know.
but
you can 16, 17 when they got introduced to.
You can introduce me to crack, and I'm gonna be like, no, bro.
But that's you. They're not weak-minded.
You know what I mean? Exactly. It's a difference.
They're weak-minded though, so of course they're gonna go along with it.
But it's a difference, and that's why it's so many other chicks that saying like it's. When he goes to these concerts and schools and stuff like that, I'm not even going to say him. Fuck him. You know how many men I know go to the club and holler at like so many, or people, period. Oh, yeah. They go to the club and they holler at so many different people, right? But they end up going home with one. You have to go through, you find the ones that you can do these things to. That doesn't mean you're brainwashing them. That means they just weak-minded already. I found the weak-minded one, and now I'm gonna introduce it. I'm gonna introduce it to this D, or introduce it to whatever it is that I have to offer.
They came to him, right? In his point of view, they came to him. They was at his show. He met one of them at the show, and another one at the show.
That's just like saying I was at the club. I didn't come to you. We was. Yeah,
right. That's what I mean.
It was your show. I came to watch your show.
They was at the show.
But that don't mean I knew I was gonna leave with you. I didn't plan on leaving with you. If I came to you, that means I'm ducking and dodging, trying to get past your security and all of that stuff. No, you picking these bitches. I mean, he's going through, he done been doing this shit for years just to come up with these little bit of bitches. He done been doing it. They had videos of him in Ethiopia talking about something who want to come home.
About America,
So you have to, I feel like you go through a lot of people to find the ones that you want. You want,
no,
period. Whether it be good quality, no. But I mean, period. Like, motherfuckers date a million motherfuckers before they find their husband.
Because if a girl got
you find what you're looking for. You weed through the trash to find what you're looking for. And he found what he was looking for. They fit into his situation. They liked it. They accepted it. And it was what it was.
That nigga need to go to jail. That nigga need to do something.
The question was if they brainwashed or not. I think they like the lifestyle and they want to make something else.
Well, of course they just like the lifestyle and they're content with it because that's what they were introduced to. So I think
they're gonna keep trying. I think they're gonna
And I just think it became a brainwash because it's negative things they were introduced to. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, I definitely think he need to go to jail because as an adult, I feel like the problem is not the kids because if a child walk up to me and say, "Hey, I want to shoot people.
At you like you
I want to shoot people." It's up to me as an adult to be like, no. So if I'm a young person and I walk up to an old ass man and say, "Yo, I want to do this to you and do that," he's supposed to say no because I'm the child.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Only thing that can happen at that point, if something happens, is he gets in trouble for being a pedophile, and my parents get in trouble for not taking care of their minor properly.
Exactly.
And that's it. It is what it is. But him as the adult, yes, he's dead wrong. 100% he's dead wrong.
All the way back to Aaliyah.
Yeah, right. He been dead wrong. He was dead wrong from the jump. The problem with society, as it pertains to him, and even outside of all that bullshit that we was just talking about.
They was black women because you see how fast Bill Cosby got convicted, and they was all white women. He was.
Well, no, I wouldn't even say that. I feel like it was overlooked because he was a black artist first. You know what I mean? Before he became this super icon, even still, R&B is still a black thing. We made him iconic like that, and we heard about the Aaliyah thing back in the day. Yeah. Our community overlooked it and let him keep on going.
You can't do nothing. All of that separate. Not saying nothing.
All of that no, you can. Because if the child is dumb, 9 times out of 10 the parent is dumb, and you got to say fuck them. Because we got a whole generation of people that got to grow up and be adults too. So yes, you hold the parents accountable just like you hold him accountable.
Yeah.
Period. Like you have to hold both of them accountable. It's just that simple. But the black community overlooked it and let him just do whatever he was doing for so long. And now we got this argument: do we separate the artist from the person and the music from the genius and all of that crap? None of this shit would be going on if they'd have nipped it in the bud with Aaliyah.
Right.
Our last track would have been Age Ain't Nothing But a Number from him, and it would have been like, oh, R. Kelly probably could have been a really good person or a really good artist, but he did what he did. He's a pedophile, so we had to let that nigga go. It wouldn't be, oh, but I Believe I Can Fly. Oh, but I love Backyard Party. Oh, but I love Step in the Name of Love, because all of them songs wouldn't even exist had we nipped it in the bud back in the day.
We love the Cosby goddamn show.
Yeah, well, but that was during the time.
When it was happening.
I'm saying, when we found out that R. Kelly was on some pedophile stuff, if we'd have nipped it in the bud back then, those other songs wouldn't be a factor. They wouldn't be a thing.
This is true.
I mean, that's really where the problem is. Now, us talking about the girls was just us talking, but the real problem is that shit should have been nipped in the bud from jump. Because we wouldn't have to separate the man from the artist.
Right.
Point blank, period. It wouldn't be no separate the man from the artist had we stopped him back when he was producing for Aaliyah. Now, Aaliyah has been gone since 2001, I think, or 2000. So that's what, 19 years ago? So all the music that he put out since then, Ignition and
the remix,
all of that stuff. We wouldn't even have had Contagious from Ronald Isley had that been nipped in the bud
Trapped in the
way
closet.
back then. All of that other dumb shit would not be a factor had we nipped it in the bud. Or not us, because I was only born in 1990, so it is what it is. But had the black community did what they were supposed to do and reprimand this man back then and not support and do what they were supposed to do, we wouldn't have to separate the man from the music because that music wouldn't even been a factor.
Right. Because we would look at the man for the man.
We would have only had 12 play, maybe not even that, because I feel like this was around that time. But we would have only had that type stuff. I mean, all of this other stuff that made him so iconic wouldn't be a factor in our lives at all.
The people who were sitting around watching it, who wanted to be on the Survivor R. Kelly now, would have said something back then. It wouldn't have been the problem.
And this is what I'm saying. We wouldn't have even had gotten here.
Right.
All these chicks, all these young women that was affected by this, being in hotels, all these parents that realized, oh my God, my parenting sucks, wouldn't be going through none of this had the black community nipped this R. Kelly thing in the bud back then. And then you have that, but then, okay, so they didn't. Now he's peeing on bitches back in the early 2000s. Y'all gonna ignore it again?
And then had the
but
sex
they
tape.
did,
You
right?
knew that. You knew that.
He
was
damn
that
near, he
nigga.
did it. He could have set his social security on that motherfucker and they still was gonna let him
Right,
go.
and y'all knew
he had
that
the bread
was that
back
nigga.
then.
Y'all knew that was him.
He had the money back then. So okay, now you got that situation. Y'all still gonna overlook it and still not nip it in the bud, right?
And
like,
because
that
sex tape, the parents and the girl denied it was her. So
it's
it's
got
like,
the bread. It's like, all right, I'll leave you alone.
What
but
can you do?
I give you $100,000. I give you $200,000 to say this, and I'll never call your daughter again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you do it. It is what it is.
Wait, do you want to make Saturdays the show date or no? This is not nothing to talk about on here.
I don't know, but we'll
right.
talk about it.
I
But yeah,
just
anywho, I really do feel like that. I feel like had we nipped this stuff in the bud way back then,
I just wouldn't be.
it wouldn't have been
now.
it wouldn't have been something that we even have to talk about. But since we are. And that's really my opinion is that it should have been nipped in the bud before these little chicks, Jordan, it wasn't named Jocelyn or whatever, was even a thing. We ain't gonna throw Jordan in there because that's a whole.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, because we already at an hour. We've been talking for an hour,
so
and we gotta get out of here.
This is just a little snippet, or probably not a little because it was so long, but this is like what we.
Even though we talked about regular current events, but we do want to talk about more positive things.
Positive stuff.
Because let's also, I think next week I want to talk about artists or entertainers and like philanthropy and stuff because they're saying Queen Latifah has allotted like $14 million or something to start building houses in Newark.
Oh, okay. That's
building low-income houses. I think that's something we can talk about, but we went off on a rant.
Yeah, this was
I wanted to talk about it this week, but it's not going to happen.
For us and stuff like that. We usually have a guest on here. We usually plan out stuff. This was just like a go by the wind type of podcast today, just because we wanted to get ourselves back out there and doing our stuff weekly. Again, like I said before, we got new logos and new stuff. We're going to have merch coming soon as well with everything on there because I'm not playing no more. 2019 is going to be my year. I don't know about y'all. It's going to be our year, though.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for next week. I'm going to definitely start posting more and start promoting more. So I just ask for support. And, of course, from my loved ones and my Instagram followers as well. So that was it for today. I'm Day.
And I'm Noye. And I'm not always going to play the devil's advocate. I just was posing opposite opinions.
And that's just the kind of stuff we like on the show, though, as well. We want you to come with your opinion. We don't want you to be persuaded by nobody else's opinion. If you do want to come on the show, hit me up. Just have a purpose and, of course, just know how to keep a conversation going. But that's it for today. So we'll see y'all next week.